Yes, guys, you're now locked in with me, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Eldridge Tiller.
And your boy, Mason Fox.
And yeah, you're locked into another episode of Not Fit for Sports, where two intellectual guys will get together and, talk about everything in the sports world. And today we're talking about football. To start off as well, we got a bit of tragic news. Mason, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, unfortunately, before we started recording today, we came across the news about Diogo Jota tragically passing away. We're not going to touch on it too much. We'd just like to send our condolences to his family and friends and loved ones at this tragic time.
Yeah, man. It's very sad. He literally just had probably one of the best months ever. Obviously, he's won the World Cup. Not the World Cup, sorry. He's won the Premier League. He's won the Nations League. And he's obviously the best day of his life. Obviously, just getting married just last month as well. Yeah. So, send his condolences to him and his family and his brother as well, who also passed away.
Let's not forget about him as well,
But yeah, let's get straight into the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Let's get the mood up again.
Yeah.
So how you feel about the Club World Cup? Because it's not actually been a bad Club World Cup, I thought it was going to be a bit sluggish, but by the looks of it, the teams are starting to, get into the pace and get into the rhythm a bit.
I think it's nice because now we're getting to the nitty gritty end of the tournament.
Yeah.
You've seen all the good games now, so I feel like it does start to kind of pick itself up a little bit, which is good. And obviously we've seen some of the games over the last few days since we last recorded. And yeah, it's kind of obviously the actual quality is picking up as well. I think people are taking it more seriously now. It's getting to the back end. So
Do you know what you did say before? Yeah, you're going to see some surprising ones as well. Is there any that surprised you? You want to talk about it? Yeah.
What, as in like who's surprisingly been terrible or surprisingly been good? I mean, if we're going to talk surprisingly bad, let's jump straight into the fact that your favourite team, Inter Milan.
Oh, stop it. So I'm gonna go on a little tangent now. Not on a tangent, but I'm just gonna say this now. And this is probably gonna get clipped everywhere. So I believe the Italian league as a whole, Serie A, if they continue going this route that they're going down, obviously signing like players like Modric, selling players like Leao, do you know what I mean? Getting all these kind of players in, I feel like they're gonna drop out of the top 5 leagues in the world. And me personally, I think they need to drop out now because the Italian leagues, I feel like they're just bringing a lot of, I don't know, maybe the fan base is amazing. Don't get twisted. Fan base is amazing.
Yeah.
But in terms of being elite, I just don't think they have it. I know you can argue that obviously Inter Milan just made it to the World Cup, and not the World Cup. I keep saying World Cup.
Got Club World Cup on your mind, aren't you? Loving this Club World Cup, aren't you?
I know they just got to a Champions League finals, and they got to it, and they got absolutely finished 5-0. And they're in the finals a couple of years before then. They're just never going to be favourites when they do get to the finals. Juventus got to the finals against Real Madrid a couple of years back as well.
Yeah.
And they still lost. They're not favourites to win finals. So this whole narrative that they're in the top 5 leagues, I don't see it. I feel like they can get beat by anybody.
And not really help themselves in the Club World Cup either because they've just been knocked out by Fluminense, which is 2-0.
There you go.
And it didn't even seem like it was quite like a walk, not a walk in the park, but again, talking about your favourite player, Martinez.
Don't even get me started. I don't know what it is. I've got I don't know. I wouldn't even say love-hate relationship because for me, I just don't see it. If I watch the Italian league every week, like a normal avid fan, maybe I'd see more of Martinez being good, but I feel like when the world is watching him, like in the World Cup finals, semi-finals, X, Y, and Z, in the Club World Cup, when all the eyes are on him, I just don't think he shows up.
No.
He's just not there.
I truly think that you're sat at home with your little Martinez voodoo doll. Poking holes in him,
I just don't get it. I just don't see the good that he brings. I'm guessing all Inter fans are probably gonna crucify me for saying it, but I just don't think the Italian league, the way these are going, just don't think it's the right way.
Do you think it's like maybe a Champions League final hangover that they're suffering from at the minute, Inter, or do you just truly believe that they're just gonna fall off? I mean, because you've seen it happen to AC Milan, have been the same team for years. Juventus are struggling at the minute, going through a patch.
And that's the thing.
They won the league 10 years in a row or something like that.
And when they did win it 10 years in a row, they had an amazing team. But what you can see now is like they're just lacking. They're lacking pace. They're not got pace to keep up with the outside world. The Italian leagues, I think, they're just very built and strongly built on, being very defensive. Defensively, they're amazing. I can't take that away from them. But you're playing players like a Serbi, who's like 38, 37, and then you're coming up against Desiree Doué.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put all my eggs in Doué's basket to beat this man in the goal. It's just Dembele even.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And this has been Italian football. They're signing these ex-rejects and hoping that they can, get something from them. Obviously, they're trying to save money, but I think they'll fall out the top 5 leagues very, very soon. If they keep pushing this way anyways. Yeah. And that's my tangent done.
That's fair. So about my phone going off there, I've got all the transfer news kind of just keep going through all the time. So I kind of like trying to keep myself on top of everything as it comes in, I guess. But no, I do agree. Like I say, I mean, what would you say your kind of top 5 leagues are currently?
So it would be the Premier League.
Yeah.
Premier League is normal. La Liga, I do like La Liga. I have to put League on there now because obviously they have just won the Champions League team that was in there, so it'll be a dishonor not to put them in there. Serie A, they're still in there.
Got the German league as well,
and their Bundesliga, yeah. So that'll be the top 5. But if the teams in this Serie A, if they keep performing the way they are, you can start seeing other teams, like other leagues, start creeping in. Obviously, that you got the Eredivisie league, and obviously you got the Saudi league as well.
Yeah.
These are teams that can creep in. Obviously, taking it back to the Club World Cup, Manchester City, they did just get knocked out by Al Hilal. And it wasn't like, it's just the Club World Cup, we're not kind of trying. They were trying.
Yeah.
They were trying. Like, they've got a good team. So I don't know how to even like look at this. Have they poked a hole in City's season, or is it just?
I wouldn't say that. I feel like obviously City have signed quite a few players that aren't really obviously played together a lot yet. So I think they're still trying to find their own style of play again. Obviously, we all know Pep's style in general, but I mean trying to find their own style of playing together. They've lost a few players. They've brought some new players in. For them, it's just obviously it's pre-season. Obviously, everyone wants to win this tournament, but for them, by the time the Premier League starts, I think they'll be ready to go. They'll probably have an advantage if you look at it in that kind of...
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I can't even lie. Ryan, is it Ryan or Ryan? Ryan.
I don't know.
Cherokee is a baller.
Yeah.
He is a baller.
Yeah, I do feel like watching that game, I do feel like City are lacking a bit of pace in defence.
Yeah.
I felt they're lacking definitely that. We all know their attacking threats and what they've bought, but they've not really looked into and bolstered that defence. Obviously, they lost Kyle Walker, very, very fast player.
Very fast player, yeah. They've not even lost him yet. That's the thing.
No, but he's obviously...
He's going to go,
yeah. He's going to go.
I don't understand that, but why is he going? Is there like behind the scenes that we just don't know, or has he just become like a bad player all of a sudden? Because he's still getting selected for the England squad.
Yeah.
So he can't be that bad.
I don't think it's a bad player. I'm not really sure kind of what's happened there, really.
It's like Cancelo.
Yeah, I City just trying to look to kind of bring a bit more youth into the team, rather than it be, because obviously walking now 32.
Yeah.
33 now, I don't know, 32 I think he is.
I think the way football's going now, I feel like if you look at PSG, obviously they got the very, very pacey 2 fullbacks, and they got even more pace, the front 3.
Yeah.
I think teams need to kind of implement that into their teams because everyone's just getting rushed now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, if you think about City's defence, touching back on that, obviously they signed Aït-Nouri, didn't they, from Wolves, which is a bit of defence they address, but I wouldn't say he's the fastest player. He's a good player. I think he'll slot in quite well on that left.
He played great. He have a good game.
He looks good.
He looks good for them.
I think they need a bit more of attacking threat down the left side. I think when I was watching the game the other day, I think it was I can't remember who they played. Doku and Aït-Nouri on that left looked quite strong.
They looked good together. I was going to Juventus.
Yeah,
they looked really good. Yeah. They actually beat Juventus very convincingly. I think it was 5-1.
They look good on that left, so it's kind of a scary partnership. That kind of does keep blossoming the way it is, and they get a better connection, a better understanding of each other.
I think with Jeremy Doku as well, I think this is his season now. But it looks like it's his season. His end product has improved massively.
Yes.
Before he used to just run and just
You like these kind of players that are kind of when they get the ball and they run, they're erratic. No one really knows what they're going to do. It's that kind of people don't really know how to defend against that because you don't know what the player's going to do.
Yeah,
so it's a bit confusing. But it's all good being that player. But if you can't put the ball back in it or you can't find the right cross,
then there's no point.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Well, he looked like he's kind of got into his own now, and and it's working for him, and so I can't wait to see what actually happens for him.
Yeah.
But City are out. They lost to Al Hilal 4-3 in extra time.
Yeah. It was a good game. I watched it. I didn't stay watching that. Obviously, make sure I watched highlights.
Yeah, I stayed up to watch the game. I watched the extra time especially, and it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was just the battle of who's got the oil money. Do you know what I mean?
Battle of the oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen memes all over saying, when the real oil makers come in, I was like, yeah, that's true.
The class is a derby then. Oil derby.
Yeah, it was basically a derby. It was like when City played PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Al Hilal winning that game, it brings that better light to their league now.
Yeah.
It basically what it's saying is like, look, you all laughed at us before.
Yeah.
You're not really laughing now.
Yeah.
Because if that's what they can do, they're gonna keep on doing it.
Because I'm looking at the team City's played at first, that game in general. They played quite a strong team.
Yeah.
Is it just me that's confused why he's playing Núñez at right back? Do they need to sign right back? Because we talked about Kyle Walker there, and they keep playing Núñez at right back. He's not a defender in my eyes.
I don't think he ever has it.
So a team's targeting that area of the pitch.
They do need a right back.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They do need one.
I know they've been linked with Tino Livramento from Newcastle. I know that they've been trying to sign him, which he had slotting quite well.
What about Rico?
I think Rico is he can play that, but he's also kind of a midfielder as well. He can play.
I think he's that guy that can just play anywhere.
He's that utility player.
Yeah, and he's one of them players where it's good to have him because like Pep would just be like, yo, just get on the pitch.
Exactly.
Get on the pitch and do something.
Like I said, he played quite a full show team if you. So Haaland started, which is good.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to see him back. He's on the score sheet as well, to be fair, so it's good to see him scoring as well. It was a good game. It was a good game if you did watch it. Obviously they had Josko Gvardiol playing centre back. Is he a centre back or is he a full back?
He's centre back. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
That's his natural position. Yeah.
Obviously that Gvardiol and Diaz playing in that. That's
probably that partnership going forward. It's like Kusanov as well. Not really seen much of him. He had that stinker for a debut game.
And then after that, he's been pretty solid after that.
Yeah. See what he's got in, I guess, in his.
Obviously, they got Rangers.
Yeah.
Rangers is obviously starting in the middle. He came off obviously for Turkey. I think Turkey will soon enough will just get his starting 11. Like
Where's he going to play? Do you think is he going to play in that kind of that midfield three? Is he going to play as one of the left or off the right up front? I don't know.
I think Turkey's going to slot himself into the middle like more of an attacking midfielder.
Okay.
And I think he's going to take that De Bruyne step. I think Turkey is their City's new De Bruyne. Because, but when you see him play, he can dribble.
Yeah.
He can finish. He's just an all round talent for 35 million as well.
Crazy.
Absolutely, Leon's been hoodwinked. Absolutely hoodwinked. So great signing. Love to see what happens during the season. But again, congratulations to Al Hilal. They won this time around. Yeah, man.
They are.
If you want to move swiftly on to Real Madrid, so Real Madrid won their game very convincingly.
Yeah.
Obviously, I read somewhere. Obviously, when they made it through to the next round, who did they beat Juventus? Gonzalo scored.
He looks like a player, doesn't he? Really?
He looks really good,
Yeah.
He's 21.
I don't know. In the last few games, on it.
Is that too old for a striker? I don't know. Is that too old for a striker, or is it too young?
How old?
To not be an established striker, 21.
It's definitely, it's definitely the right age, I think, to start going through, especially in that team. You can start cementing your slot now because what Real Madrid haven't got is an out-and-out striker. They've not got.
That's what Mbappe is there for.
But I don't think Mbappe is an out-and-out striker. I kind of feel like he's kind of best as like a number 10 off the striker. Do you know what I mean? So or off the wing. I feel like him with his pace, you want him running at players, not being marked out the game by. Do you know what I mean? So you want him actually picking up the ball, running at defenders, trying to cause panic. That's what you want from Mbappe.
That's true.
Then obviously we got Trent, who I believe set up the goal for.
Yeah. So Trent set up the goal. I think in this Club World Cup, when you obviously progress through stages, you get some money.
Yeah.
Obviously, Real Madrid paid that 10 million to get Trent in.
Yeah.
From that cross alone, that got them through to the
money.
next stage. Got 9.5 million for it.
Perfect. So
So it's like it's just
he's paid him back.
Yeah,
There you go,
he's done it himself.
Yeah.
Yes. I still believe he knew about the move from like 2 years ago. He's been learning Spanish for the longest.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know who's he kidding. But again, Real Madrid against Juve. Juve looked like they were never going to.
Just a touch on that kind of thing where you feel like that football's falling off. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do, and obviously they're looking at trying to sign some new players. I've seen they've been linked with Sancho again today.
Look, but see, this is what I'm trying to say. Look at the players they're signing, though.
Yeah.
Like they're not signing top play. Like
I think he'll go and do a job over there, Sancho, if he plays. It's that kind of league.
He's going to do a job over there because look where he's going to.
Yeah.
Like it's very defensively strong, and the players in there are a bit more older. But that's it.
I think the thing that annoys me is like I feel like you see these big teams, and then what's baffling me is the types of managers they're going for. Unless I'm not seeing something that everyone else is, they're like, you've got some great managers out there, and teams like Juventus are like, I know the guy they've hired, that Igor Tudor, used to play for him, which is fine, I get that, but
yeah,
where's he been before that? Who has he been managing to get the job? Do you know what I mean? At Juventus, a big, massive club,
and that's the thing. They in Italian league, sorry, they've got a high turnover of managers.
Yeah,
like every time, sometimes I don't even know who's even managing them. Sometimes, like
I know they spent a lot to try and get the last manager in.
Yeah,
I think was it Motta? That right? No,
Thiago Motta was at Juventus before, and then Antonio Conte. I feel like he's at Napoli now, but
that's the type of manager you got to get. World class manager like Conte. Do you know what I mean?
He's everywhere though.
Yeah,
like,
but you can't deny he's not a world class manager. Do you know what I mean? He's coming in and done a job there. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's won the league with him now. Do you know what I mean? So you can't say going for them top managers doesn't work. Yeah. So why are Juventus not doing the same thing? Do you know what I mean?
I don't understand why they're not doing it. That's the thing. They got a poor signing selection. Obviously, trying to sign Sancho, trying to revive something from Sancho. And you know what? Bless him. I hope it works out for Sancho at Juve.
Yeah.
Again, we're Juve against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Kolo Muani is a fake striker.
Yeah. Another one. Is that on your list? The fake strikers?
Another fake striker. Absolute fake striker. Yo, he went 1-on-1 with arguably the best goalkeeper in the world right now. So he went 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, yeah. I don't know if you remember back in 2012, 2013 when United played Bayern Munich and Welbeck went 1-on-1 with the best goalkeeper of that time, which was Manuel Neuer.
Yeah.
And he tried to dip him.
Yeah.
This is what Kolo Muani tried to do. And it did not work. He just hit it straight over the bar. And then after that, no shot on target. Don't think he even had a shot after that. He played the whole 90 minutes as well.
Yeah, it's the reason why PSG got rid of him, I guess. So.
And they got rid of him quite fast. And I don't understand how he's been gone. He went for such big money. Like, and then I was going on Twitter. I was reading a few of the tweets that I put on him because he was trending. And literally, they were like, he's a believable striker. Not unbelievable, like believable striker. He's stoppable in his day. They were ripping into him. But and it's sad to watch, but when the world, like I said, him and Martinez, when the world's watching them, this is what they do.
Yeah.
They don't take the chances with the world on them. Again, random wine a couple of years ago, 1-on-1 chance to win the World Cup for France.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And came up against
Martinez and he hit it straight at him.
Some people just don't handle that kind of pressure well, do they? Do you know what I mean? Especially them one-on-one opportunities where it's like you obviously get more slated for missing than you do anything else. So,
he's not a good striker for me.
No.
He's not the striker for me anyways.
No. Like I said, I just feel these Italian teams are lost. Like we spoke about the Juventus choosing the manager, and then you've got Inter Milan, like I said, the reason they're downfall, they had all these top-class managers they're linked with.
Yeah.
And they went with Christian Kivu, who used to play from defender. And it's like, I couldn't tell you who he's managed before that to go get the job. To go get the job at the Champions League finalists. It's like, what have you done to, I mean...
And now it's looking like they're about to lose Dumfries.
Yes.
25 million buyout clause.
I think it's a bargain, that, for him, you know.
That is a bargain. To be fair, I don't even think he's that good.
Well, for 25 million in today's market,
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good for right back. Who knows? Could go to City? Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think he's been linked with Barcelona. I know that's where he looks like he's probably
He's
going to go.
probably going to end up at Barcelona. I think Barcelona are trying to construct like a world-beating team there, to be fair. And then obviously moving swiftly on to a Dortmund who beat Monterrey. Obviously Sergio Ramos is there. Beat them very convincingly. It's 2-1, though, up 2-0 by half-time anyways.
Yeah.
Joe Bellingham will not be playing.
I've seen that actually. Yeah, I did see that. It's quite sad, really, because that's the kind of matchup you want to kind of see.
You got to book it. You need to. Can they appeal it?
Nah, I don't think so. No.
It's a tough one though. Yeah. I didn't know. Like they did all that. Like how many yellow cards you have to get? What, 2 yellow cards?
It's 2 in them kind of tournaments. Yeah, it's not like it's usual kind of. I think it's 5 in Premier League. You get a ban, but I think it's 2. So, 2 yellow cards, banned, can't play against his brother. Kind of ruins that little matchup a little bit.
Yeah.
I do see Real Madrid.
It'll still be good, though.
I still see Real Madrid walking through that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully set up a decent few games after that, really. So, I
mean, Palmeiras is still in it. Palmeiras, I think, will be beating Chelsea. Palmeiras will beat Chelsea.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah. Are they allowed to play Estavallo?
Oh, good question. I think so. I think as long as you've played, because I think it's the same with like, I don't know, you letting players playing a tournament. I think you're allowed to kind of let them play against your team. So I think it should be.
Imagine he's the one that scores.
I know. I was trying to think. Was anything similar? I'm trying to think. River Plate and Real Madrid, did they play each other? I don't think they did.
No, they didn't play each other. They kind of missed each other.
Yeah, I was thinking like Masterano. That's what I was thinking. Okay, but
River Plate played Inter Milan, and I think Inter Milan won that game.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even convincing. River Plate literally came to that game just to fight. And I was basically River Plate and Boca Juniors literally just came to the tournament just to see how many yellow cards they can get in a game.
Yeah.
And that's literally it.
What a waste of your time, I guess, at that point. Really, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. But the Brazilian teams have been doing really good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Palmeiras against Chelsea.
Yeah.
I want to see how Chelsea kind of size up against them. I feel like Chelsea's actually had like pretty much of an easy path.
Yeah.
So far, it should be an easy. Well, on paper, it should be an easy game for Chelsea, but we gotta just see how that goes. What do you think will happen?
Sorry, I zoned out a little bit there.
Chelsea or Palmeiras?
I think Chelsea have got a decent enough team to kind of just see that game through, but I know Palmeiras have been playing quite well. I'd be interested to see if João Pedro will be playing that game or not, because
is he allowed to play?
I think he can register him because he's doing his. I think I've seen somewhere he can play. I think he gets to register him. I think so.
I think it's like a new part of the tournament.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
A new phase.
But
I'll be good if he can play.
I was quite not confused by that signing, but I just kind of was looking at it as if to say, like, did Chelsea need that kind of player? I'm not really too sure.
That's the thing. Every time I see Chelsea sign a player now, I'm always thinking, do they even need that kind of player?
Yeah.
I just don't think they need any players.
No,
I feel like they've got enough players already as it stands.
Because he plays on that kind of, I think he's definitely like more of a striker basis.
Yeah.
Or a number 10. But then I kind of think they've just got get-ins as well. They've signed him. That's a done deal.
That's a good deal
so
as well.
they've signed him as well. And just going to got João Pedro. I'm kind of like, where are all these players fitting in?
And that's the thing. I think they're signing players. They're going to play them. And when they see them getting good, they're like, okay, cool, we can go now.
They're going to sell some as well, because I've seen as well, Madueke's been linked with Arsenal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So is there what's going on between Arsenal and Chelsea?
They have this thing where they just give players that every year. I feel like Arsenal have to sign an ex-Chelsea player for some reason. They've already signed Kepa.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
For 5 million.
Yeah, now that was it Havertz a couple of years before that they signed.
Luiz.
Yeah, David Luiz.
Willian.
Willian's another one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they've done it quite a few times.
Did you love it, to be fair?
So I don't get it. I mean, I think Chelsea players, I think they just kind of make the change because they're only down the road. They don't have to change their life massively. So I think it just work in a Chelsea player's favour to go to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Sometimes, obviously, it was a David Luiz when he went. I think when he went to Arsenal, just because obviously he's got a restaurant in London that he owns with Willian, which is pretty funny.
It's quite funny. Yeah, to be fair.
He's got a restaurant. He's got a couple of businesses in London, so it just kind of made sense for him just to stay there as well.
Yep.
So let's see how it goes for Chelsea. I mean, they've got Delap.
Yeah, it's a good player. I mean, you've still got the Other fake striker Jackson
Oh, stop it. He's a fake striker.
on the list.
5 misses before 1 goal.
I think they'll do well, Chelsea, this year, surprisingly. I think they're
hope-
going
yeah,
to be my surprise team for the Premier League, I think, to be fair.
Yeah.
It pains me to say, but yeah, I do think so. But I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they'll win it, but I think they'll definitely do. It'll be like a surprise to be up there or thereabouts, I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, going into that last few games, is your kind of opinion change on who you think is going to win?
No. Well, it depends now, because obviously the big game now, I wanted to save it to last, PSG against Bayern Munich. I think the winner of that game
Yeah.
kind of wins it.
Okay.
I just don't think Real Madrid are quite strong enough yet
No.
to, beat PSG.
It's tough because, like I said, Xabi Alonso's still trying to find his way with his team, trying to figure out
Yeah.
what his best team is, what his best kind of formation is for that team. But
And it's good. It's good,
Yeah, I just think PSG are too strong. I don't know what it is. I just don't think they're going to win it. If you had a surprise team you think is going to win it, who would you say that would be? Like just a random kind of.
Palmeiras,
Do you think so? Yeah.
Palmeiras. Or do you know actually Al Hilal?
I was thinking Al Hilal to be
Al
fair.
Hilal, actually, Al Hilal. Everyone Al Hilal maybe, just because they've actually got good individual players.
Yeah.
But again, like Bayern Munich, I wouldn't rule them out either, because I feel like they'll do a good job against them.
It's a tough running, though, I think, for that kind of side of the draw, because obviously whoever wins out of PSG Bayern Munich then could potentially play, I believe it's. Is it?
So whoever wins that game potentially will play Real Madrid or
Real
Dortmund,
Madrid. There you go. So,
Yeah. which is amazing.
Yeah.
I lie, because that'll be I'll be locked in anyway, because it's most likely going to be Real Madrid in the semi-finals if they can get through.
shame that
Dortmund.
would have been like a final game, to be fair. That'd be like a perfect final
That'd be a
game.
perfect final. But I think nonetheless, I think it'll still be a great semi-finals. I think Al Hilal might make it to this finals though.
Yeah.
If that's how the tree is done, Al Hilal probably make it to the finals past Chelsea if Chelsea can get past Palmeiras.
Yeah.
But it's a good tournament.
It's a
you
good
know.
tournament. I think Chelsea kind of like, again in my dark horse. I think for the tournament. I don't know what it is. I feel like I said, I think my prediction was kind of like, I think they'll come into their own because they're just on the back of the Europa Conference, just like conference of playing well and stuff. So I feel like they've got good additions as well.
I think it's good, man. I think it's good. I think the tournament's been good. I'm not even speaking English. I think the tournament has been good because it's showcasing the Brazilian league and what we're missing.
Yeah.
All this time I thought the Brazilian league was the Brazilian league.
Yeah.
And why are they signing this player for 40 million?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes sense now.
It does.
Because they can do the job. They know what they're doing. Like, they're really good players. And I think that's going to be the way it's going to be for the rest of the next 10, 15, 20 years. Going to keep signing these exports from Brazil. I mean...
Exports.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen Nottingham Forest literally signed like 2 Botafogo players for 35 million?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Just
actually.
gone.
Yeah.
And it's looking to sign the Leon...
the winger.
Leon player, the Leon winger.
Malik Fofana.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
looking
that.
to sign him. But obviously, I think they're doing little shady dealings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're trying to help Leon so that if Leon don't get kicked out... Because Leon been relegated.
Yeah.
They might be getting kicked out of the Europa League.
I've seen that, yes.
If they get kicked out of the Europa League... No, wait, if they get kicked out of the Europa League, obviously Crystal Palace go in.
Yeah.
But if they stay in the Europa League, Crystal Palace go out.
Yeah, I've seen about that, kind of saying that they're
happy
happy to kind of drop out if they found, or if they don't win their appeal, they're happy to drop out. Drop out anyway. If you
I think they should drop out, save themselves some money.
Yeah.
Try again another time. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the Club World Cup done. Obviously, Messi's out. Messi's out pretty early against PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game's gone for them.
I think they would. That was just kind of like the first half was just game over done.
Yeah. I think Messi needs to play. Messi's only good now when he plays with Argentina.
Yeah, I didn't think they were in the game at all. They never were going to be, I don't think, for me. No. So,
Suarez needs to hang up his boots.
After his last heroics masterclass of that goal.
I don't know how he's even done that. Literally had like a 5-second like blitz of just I'm the old.
And that was it. Yeah,
that was it. You never seen it again.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for him to hang up the boots.
Yeah.
I think he's one of them players where like he's a great player, but I feel like he's holding the team back from getting to the heights that they need to get to. So I say, hang up the boots, call it a day. Sayonara.
Yeah.
Sayonara. And yeah, that's the Club World Cup done until when's the next game? tomorrow actually. Yeah.
I think it'll be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. So.
Not about 2 a.m. games, is it?
Hopefully this time next week we kind of have a better idea of kind of who's going to be playing them last like finals games, and then yeah, definitely. So moving on, we're coming away from the football or soccer side of things, and we're going to move on to my favourite type of football. It's American football. There's not really been too much to shout about this at the minute. Obviously, there's not much going on. Everyone's still in training camps. There's
I'm my boy Shador.
I'm not really heard too much, Apparently, they're kind of giving everyone in that team equal reps, which means they're giving everyone an equal chance to kind of see what they've got.
I did read somewhere that he's going to be like the number 1 quarterback.
I think he will be eventually.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of tough. I do think Kenny Pickett will start that starting job.
Nah,
and I feel like Shador halfway through the season probably will be that number 1. But they're all kind of doing equally as well. But I feel like Shador will be the number 1 in there. But I think if not this year, definitely next year.
Yeah.
But the reason why we come on to this, there was an interesting trade that did happen over the last few days. So the Dolphins are sending cornerback Jalen Ramsey, tight end Jonnu Smith, a 2027 7th round pick to the Steelers in exchange for safety Minka Fitzpatrick and a 2027 5th round pick. Kind of a shock to me, but I feel like the Steelers are kind of going all in.
Yeah,
a little bit more on the veteran side of things, but maybe they're trying to show up for a team to kind of be in the conversation this year. I don't think they will do that well. I think they'll probably make it potentially to the playoffs up there thereabouts, but I don't think they're going to go on to kind of win it. I feel like they're lacking that star quarterback. Yeah, I think they're lacking that star quarterback.
I think they'll have a 9-8 season.
Yeah. But still some good pickups. Jonnu Smith last year was really good from I think week 5 onwards. He was really good for the Dolphins. I think Jalen Ramsey, star cornerback anyway, good at what he does. And they've also obviously sent Minka Fitzpatrick to safety, but again a good top player. So kind of an even trade if you ask me. But yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of see what happens there with the Steelers. Obviously, I think they're probably going to end up going with Rodgers starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's probably going to start. He's making $19.5 million for the 1 year. Yeah.
So yeah,
he has come out and said this is his last season. Though.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, pretty sad, but there you go. He's 41.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's had his time. I don't think he's got another Super Bowl in him, if you ask me. So he's just kind of there now to pick up a paycheck, and that's pretty much.
Does that take him over the 400 million threshold? That he's like career earnings.
Oh, it should do. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, easily. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's interesting to kind of see how teams get on over the next few weeks. I think obviously pre-season starts in August, so probably about like I say 4 weeks. We're 10 Sundays from the Sunday just gone. Yeah, away from this first red zone.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited, man. Honestly,
I can't wait. The first game was always good as well.
Yeah.
There's always loads of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Noticed as well.
Yeah.
Because teams are still trying to get back into it. But yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Lamar Jackson lace them up.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see my Detroit Lions in action.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Yeah, man.
I love that. Yeah. I think we do have I think they call it like a Hall of Fame game. Talked about kind of like a teaser.
Yeah.
Into kind of the start of the season. That's on the 31st of July. It's obviously the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, and that is between the Detroit Lions, your team, and the Chargers. So that's kind of everyone's first countdown to getting back into football. Yeah. Kind of watch that game. It will probably more likely be a lot of reserve players, a lot of this like that, but still, it's a game. We get to watch it. That's exciting. And then from there, pre-season starts. You start to get a bit of look at, which will be interesting for, like, say, the Shador number 1 kind of battle. Yeah. Because you kind of get to see them in actual games. So I think they'll start Shador in a few games. They'll start Dylan Gable in a few games. If they don't play Pickett much, it kind of means that it's probably more likely going to be a start. You don't really kind of use your starters in them pre-season games because, well, you do, but you can do more towards the last pre-season game to kind of get them into that feel again, because what you don't want is put your star quarterback out in these games for like 15 minutes at a time and someone comes in and injures them.
And then, you're
done. Because some teams will do that. Like, I feel like that's kind of something you go out and do. If you see a star quarterback, late hit for no reason, take out someone's star quarterback for the season.
And I've noticed that a lot, you know, when it comes to NFL injuries, you're not just out for like a week or two, you're out for the season.
You're out for
a lot of them
months,
just wait for them.
Because a lot of it's ACLs, because a lot of it's like kind of jumping, catching balls, you're kind of using your legs to kind of bring yourself back to the ground. It's kind of, it's a lot of ACL injuries and stuff like that. It's crazy, it's a lot rough. It's rough, and I know they've got all these big pads and stuff, but still, you've seen the way they go and hit each other. It's crazy.
At full speed as well, you know. Yeah, man. Crazy.
But yeah, not too much touching that. We'll kind of pick back up with the NFL stuff as the weeks go by, I guess. We've also got some fantasy news as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Starting up our own league.
We are going to be starting up our own redraft league. So we'll be posting that on our socials. If you do want to get involved, we'll post the kind of like the joining code or the joining link.
Yeah.
It'll be on like a first come, first served basis. So obviously, you just make sure you keep an eye out.
Get in, man. Get ready for the draft.
Yeah. We may put a prize out there. Who knows? We're kind of in the process of kind of thinking of a prize. You could be a guest in the pod. It could be something a bit. Who knows? But we'll make it a worthwhile prize for sure.
100%. Yeah. And I'll move over to my side of the NBA world.
Yes.
Oh man, it's been cooking on this side. So obviously we not spoke about the NBA in a minute. Last time we spoke, we were going through the finals. Obviously, the Indiana Pacers versus the OKC Thunders.
Yeah.
Now Thunders, they are the champions of the
They
world.
indeed, yeah.
They won in Game 7. Sad circumstance how they won as well, because obviously the star player for Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, got injured literally in 9 minutes.
Yeah. But you were saying that in that first quarter, he was ripping the game up.
He had 9 points in 7 minutes.
Crazy.
And then, you know, Achilles gone. But he was playing. He playing with that risk of his Achilles going as well, so he knew about that as well.
But not only that his Achilles is gone, that's kind of an injury that can keep you out even for like most of the next season.
Yeah, so that's the old thing now.
It's crippling that.
So it's a difficult one now, because obviously he's one of the players who plays throughout the season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he is a consistent player. Now people are calling for like maybe 82 games is maybe a stretch when it comes to basketball.
I feel like it's a lot.
Because the way basketball world works as well, like when you go on the road, you're playing 4 games. When you go on the road, they schedule it where you're playing 4 games, and these are like back-to-back games. So like you might be playing someone on Monday.
Yeah.
You play someone on Monday at 6 o'clock, and then you're playing someone. So you might play someone on Monday at 1 o'clock, and then you're playing another team Tuesday.
I've seen some of the games are like a day difference. Some are like 3 days, and it's like a day. There's no consistency with that, I don't think.
So I think they just base it on time and not actual.
But it's also not fair to kind of put on the team and be like, oh, well, you've got to time manage your players better. No, let's bring down the cut. Because I think bringing down the amount of games might make people go to more games rather than feel like you're jam-packing all these games, and people think...
82 games, everyone plays each other about 4 times.
But some of these star players, they're playing like 30, 40 minutes a game, because
and that's the thing.
If you want to be winning games, you're going to play your star players. So.
And now they've brought in this, like, you have to play a minimum amount of games just to get, like, any, you know, individual accolades. You have to play, like, a minimum amount of games, whereas before... You didn't play like 35 games. If you were the best, if you played 35 amazing games, you get MVP. Makes sense. And they had to change it. And with this change now as well, it's ruled players out like Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
It's ruled loads of players out. Like obviously Joel Embiid, he just made the threshold when he won the MVP as well.
Yeah.
So he can't even miss a certain amount of games.
It's a lot of games though. You think about it. You look at the actual.
Yeah.
If you look deeper down into it, it's like it is crazy.
It's crazy, man. Like the whole NBA world is crazy. I know you were talking about the draft as well.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks somehow sold their souls and got the first pick after they've sold. Like I don't know how they got it. Obviously, got a generational talent in there, Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be really, really good.
Okay.
Now, the trend that's gone around in this year's draft that's just gone is basically all these nepo babies, because a lot of these players are just like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah,
I don't want to get drafted.
A lot like that.
Yeah, there's been angry. There's a player called Ace Bailey. He was literally before.
He
was like, these teams just don't draft me. I don't want you to draft me. And Utah went and drafted him. That was one of the places where he didn't want to go.
Yeah,
makes sense. But
I think you should. I think as a kind of like a player, like you should not really be doing stuff like. You should be happy that you're getting drafted into the league.
That's
you should
what
be
I
happy
mean.
where you go. Once you start dictating, like, it makes you look really bad to teams.
And that's the thing, and everyone's trying to predict his future now, saying that he's probably going to be out by the time this contract's finished.
Yeah, because teams are going to go for a player with an attitude like that. That's
what
I see it. So get your head down. Wait till you don't sign a new contract. Get your head down. Show the league you're good. Then wait for your contract to be enough and get someone to come in and trade for you, or you know what I mean.
It happens, man, and obviously the big news as well that happened on the finals, the day of the finals against Indiana and OKC. There was a big trade. Kevin Durant.
I've seen that.
Kevin Durant's gone to Houston for a bag of chips and some crisp.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, so he's gone to Houston. He's chilling there now.
Yeah.
He's in Texas. The taxes are lower.
I think it's quite good that because
better.
normally in NFL the way that works is you have your Super Bowl game and it's like a month or two later. Then it's the kind of draft stuff.
Yeah.
This happened like the day after. The draft was happening. I was like, that's crazy. But you did say obviously it's the case of the game's going on for a bit longer as well. Being a seven game stretch. Normally some are over before that, but it's kind of interesting because you get players in and the season comes around quite quick.
I think the season starts again in October.
It's crazy that,
yeah. So they get quite a bit of a break and back in October, but then straight on again until like June. Makes sense. But even with that being said, obviously the way trades work in NBA is crazy.
Yeah.
Because
this is one thing I don't get is like how are these teams trading picks from like 2036 and stuff like that? Baffling to me.
It is a weird one to explain. Obviously, these picks are already out there.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You might have that pick, but you just don't know where your pick will be.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, of course.
So like, for example, I'm gonna get a pick in 2027. Now I don't know what pick I'm gonna have in 2027.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a first round pick. Now what basically that means is in 2027, I'm taking your pick in the first round.
Yeah.
Every team gets a first round pick.
Yeah.
Makes
What's the
sense.
difference
Just depends
between
where it
like
is.
I see a lot of protected, unprotected? I mean, what does that mean? You don't just get that in
So-
NFL, so I have no idea what kind of that even means. Like,
So unprotected is just more whereas basically like you can trade that away.
okay,
You can trade it away. You can package it to another deal as well.
Okay.
Whereas protected is it's yours. Like
you can't do anything with that pick.
like if you get a protected pick off another team, whatever number that they get on that year to draft, that's yours. You're taking. You can't trade that away. Like that's yours. And the big thing when trading players is the picks, because obviously you're getting that talent that's there at the time.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be.
Yeah.
Again, with contracts as well, you have to work out. NFL's good, not NFL. Sorry, NBA is good in a way that you have to pay your players,
Yeah.
and if you don't want to pay your players, you need to find another team that will take that contract on.
I've seen a lot of players getting like max value contracts, I think that's quite interesting. I've seen Shea got one as well.
He deserves
which is obvious. Yeah.
MVP. He literally had like the best season.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
In terms of like NBA ever. He's won all the individual awards that he can possibly win. He's got the scoring champion. He's got the scoring champion. He's got the conference MVP, the finals MVP, and the league MVP. So it's like probably the 4 best positions when you can win. Obviously, he's not got defensive player of the year because he's not a defensive player. So that's just something that's not going to happen.
What's your favourite move so far you've seen in free agency?
Oh, so
anyone for your team? Or?
Yeah, so obviously, like I said, I'm a Lakers fan. We've signed DeAndre Ayton.
I've seen that.
So we got DeAndre Ayton from our free agency. He's apparently had a very, very bad attitude at Portland. So they, constructed a buyout.
Is that to force a move, do you reckon? Or?
Yeah, well, I think that's just him anyways. I think he had a bit, he was like this a bit at the Suns before the Suns traded him. Again, it should be good for us because obviously Lakers need a center. We never had a center. We just don't have a center for some reason. We went and got Luka, and then everyone else just didn't matter. Makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, the position kind of fell to the back burner. Yeah.
There you go. So they're just trying to just build a team around, a team that can defend as well as go offensively as well.
Yeah.
Any other trades? There's been quite a few trades. CJ McCollum's gone to Wizards.
Yeah.
Now there's a conspiracy that CJ McCollum's actually ruined the league.
Oh, the conspiracies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the start of a.
So CJ,
It's that little sneak peek into
the next episode,
an upcoming episode, yeah.
So just to touch on it very lightly, CJ McCollum is the NBPA president,
Okay.
which is like the Players Association.
Okay.
So he was the president. So when Kevin Durant signed for Golden State back in the day, he was allegedly very annoyed at that. So they implemented a rule where he signed off on where there's like a second apron where teams, it kind of restricts the team. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it because it's like pages and pages, but it kind of restricts the team from, keeping their best players. That's where we are now in the league, where teams can't keep the best players without dishing out the money correctly or fairly. So we can't really, it stops you from creating a super team basically.
Okay. I see the fairness in that, I guess, but I mean, if a team uses their finances and picks well enough and end up building a team, then so be it. I mean, it's all part of it's all part of the parcel, I guess, isn't it? So
that's what I mean. And then obviously another big one, the Milwaukee Bucks. They just basically waived Dame Lillard.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah, he just got waived. Just paid him out and just waived him.
Has he not been playing, or has he been playing terribly?
So he had an injury. He had like a season-ending injury. So he's currently injured now. I think he's torn Achilles.
Don't you think like these American sports are just so cutthroat? You have a bad season or you have a bad injury, just go see you later. Yeah.
And then obviously they went and signed a player from Indiana Pacers called Miles Turner for $120 million.
Oh, big money.
4 years.
Big money, yeah, fair.
So he's got big money. Obviously, that's why Dame Lillard has now made the way out, and they're just basically just gonna pay him for the next how many years.
Crazy, but yeah, I mean, it's cutthroat, but I guess that's the
business is business, man.
Nature of the game,
that's how they treat the NBA. NBA to these owners literally just business, and how they can make as much money as possible.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode for us.
Yeah, man, we covered a lot today, didn't we?
We have, yeah. I mean, we've kind of been through off a little bit. Our kind of minds have been elsewhere. We've had the tragic news and stuff, so it's kind of like threw us a bit off today, hasn't it? So, but yeah, I mean, tune in for our next episode. Looks like we're going to be touching on conspiracies in the sports world.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.
Peace out.